In the history of animation, which dates back to the earliest years of film itself, there are two figures whose contributions to our art form place them above all others. The first is Walt Disney. The second is Hayao Miyazaki. In Japan, Miyazaki-san is considered a national treasure. Unquestionably, the most respected and important figure in Japanese cinema today. 4 of his films rank among the top 10 highest grossing feature films of all time in Japan. That's not just animated films, but all films, which includes the Academy Award-winning Spirited Away, the highest grossing film of all time in Japan. But it's not the success that has so profoundly affected animators, filmmakers, and audiences around the world. It's the artistry of his films that has. I feel extremely lucky to have been living and working during Miyazaki-san's career, to have been able to watch and learn from his films as they have been released. They have moved me. They have inspired me, and they have helped shape me as a filmmaker. In 1979, I had just graduated from CalArts and was working as an animator at the Disney Studios. And what I and my fellow CalArts grads had found was that the entire movie-making industry, all of the studios, even Disney, had fallen into the belief that animation was just for children. My peers and I tried to convince our bosses that this wasn't true, but we were shut down at every turn. This was very discouraging, to say the least. Then I saw a movie from Japan that changed my life. Lupin III, Castle of Cagliostro. It was Hayao Miyazaki's first film. I was totally blown away by this movie. Castle of Cagliostro had adventure, heart, action, and humor, done with such style and sophistication, and a wonderful eye for the details of human behavior. It was proof positive, as Walt Disney had shown so many years before, that animation truly was for everyone. You see, I actually was so impressed by this film that I even wooed my wife Nancy with it. I showed her scenes from the film the day after I met her. True story. It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight, but I just wanted to make sure. And thank God she loved the movie. I know that sounds really geeky, but hey, 26 years and 5 sons later, I'm proud to say it really worked. Animation is such a labor-intensive art form. Every detail, from a blink of an eye to the tiniest gust of wind, has to be created, painstakingly planned, and then crafted by hand, frame by frame. An animated feature takes, on average, about 4 years to create. Miyazaki-san has directed 11 feature films, more than any other animation director in history. Not only did he write as well as direct those 11 movies, he also drew all of the storyboards, every single drawing for each film himself. And every film he has created is a masterpiece. My Neighbor Totoro, Porco Rosso. Porco Rosso, Princess Mononoke, and Spirited Away, to name just a few. Each film is full of ideas, images, and emotions that are so immensely creative that it's hard to conceive that one man thought of them all. Every time I watch a Miyazaki movie, I learn something new about the craft of filmmaking. Miyazaki-san is the most original filmmaker ever to work in our medium, an artist of incredible sensitivity and vision. His films are made with such heart and skill and nobility of intent, they gently and piercingly awaken in their viewers a passionate appreciation of the simple and profound gifts we are given in our lives. From the beauty of the natural world to the opportunities we have to use our talents for the benefit of others. Hayao Miyazaki has deeply influenced animation forever, inspiring generations of artists to work in our medium and illuminating its limitless potential. His films are gifts to everyone who loves the cinema, and they will be watched and cherished as long as movies exist. In stature, in influence, in the range and quality of his body of work, there will never be another to rival him.